was saying excellent health. Excellent. Hey everybody, it's me, the one, the only. Come on in. As y'all are coming in, make sure that y'all hit that like button. Give me the thumbs up. Also pay particularly close attention to the poll that we have on there. Answer the poll, try to be honest, and we can have an open, honest discussion today as to why I am back in the United States and how long I'm planning to be here and what I'm going to do next. We're just going to talk about it all because that's what I put on the table. I didn't really get to say it all last time because we were on a limited live. Like that live is, even this live is a little limited because we're going to be on here only for about 1 hour. And then if I miss anything in this conversation, then I can answer it again in the next live because I'll be live at least twice per week. So we'll talk about it. If I miss it now, we'll get to it. I promise you that. And any question is open. All right, we can talk about it. We can have a discussion about any question. It's all open. So feel welcome and come in and we can have a talk about it. So hello to everybody. I see 85 Cuddy says, hey, Zay. Cash is up in here. Look at Cash up in here. Says, hey, Zay. I love those purple hearts. Let's see. Hey, Zay, how you like it in the USA? I'm going to actually answer that question. I've enjoyed it since the moment that I got back. If you haven't seen my vlog, it's over on my other channel, The Day with Zay. I talked to, or you could see my literal reaction. I started, sorry, y'all, I just ate and I'm so full. I shouldn't have ate so much. But you could see it in my other vlog. I taped my reaction right when I stepped foot in the U.S. It's on film. Look at me, y'all. I'm getting good at vlogging and stuff, y'all. I've been catching all the moments. Y'all have no idea. First of all, before we get into the topic of what we discussed on today, I want to tell y'all about vlogging. I've come a long way because I used to be the laziest vlogger. Like, I used to have to peel myself out of bed on days when I knew that I was going to go do something. I don't know how many times I paid for something. I wanted to go somewhere and I paid for tickets and I blew the tickets off, let my money go completely to waste. So I've come a long way. Kudos to me. Also, yeah, y'all, we have a goal. 10 super chats, any color. I think it's any color. If it's not any color, I apologize. But we have a goal. So help me reach my goals, at least some of the goals. A goal or two. A goal or two. Okay, so Teresa Dallas, how am I liking it? I'm actually really enjoying being around family, and you guys will see in my vlog that's coming out on this channel tomorrow, or I don't even want to call these vlogs what I do over here. What I'm doing over here, I know that we talked about it a little bit in my last live stream, but I didn't get to actually tell y'all. The reason that I came back over here, first of all, because I really do love y'all. I've said it a million times before how y'all made me more confident about being on camera, being a vlogger, and all of that stuff. So I felt like I owed it to the people that built me up. How dare I build myself up, or y'all build me up over here financially, spiritually, all of those things. And then I'm just like, okay, thank you for giving me what you gave me. And that's all. That's like, see ya. Like, nah, that would never be me. So what I thought about, and I forgot how the idea came into my mind, but one day I was just thinking, like, what can I do on my channel? I think I even made a post and I said, I don't know what I'm going to do with this channel, but as soon as I find out, I'm going to let y'all know. And then I thought about it. I'm like, why can't I treat it like a video diary? So over here on this channel, y'all know that I can cuss with the best of them. So I felt like I could be free. On my other channel, I keep it a little more PG. And I feel like I can let my thoughts out over here. So that's what I'm doing over on this channel. It's my diary, and I'm treating each of these as a diary. So we get to talk about things that I wouldn't talk about otherwise. So thank you, Black T. Thank you. Let me put a heart on that. Thank you for getting me started on my goal. You always be coming through. Okay, so 85 Cuddy speaking to Jackie. Jackie Wood says, hey, Zay, in chat with those pink hearts. Oh, look at that. Love that. Love those pink hearts. This Remy Maze, you always telling me it's Remy Maze. Don't you know I know your name? Don't you know I think we connected on Facebook? I think we connected on Facebook. I definitely know who you is. Hey, Liz Duarte. And Wendy Jones is up here and says, hey, Zay Maz in chat. Diamond D sent me, ooh, not the gold coins. Ooh, bling. Thank you, Zay. Where are your puppies at? Okay, so I know that people keep asking me this over and over again, and I'm getting better at answering it because it used to be painful to hear that, repeatedly. But I know that some people are in and out, and may not follow every part of the journey for me. So Atlanta was rehomed. I rehomed Atlanta after I came back. There's a vlog on this channel. I can't remember what the title of the vlog is, but there's a vlog when I was in the Philippines, and it's such a long story. And one of these days, members, speaking of which, members, my 20, I think now 28, it was 31, but my 28 members, I'm going to start doing members only vlogs. So all of the vlogs that nobody ever got to see, like some of the Egypt ones, Philippines, Turkey, all of the ones where I just have all this footage and I didn't know what to do with it, I'm just going to make members videos out of them. So y'all will be able to get a further explanation as to what I'm about to say right now. Because I never did tell y'all this whole story because it was going to be a video about it. But when I went out to make that vlog, I put my dogs in a doggy daycare, and y'all saw me, because I vlogged this too. Y'all saw me, I cried so much because I missed Peach when I put her in the daycare. Like, I was literally crying, felt guilty. I went through a lot of emotions when I put my dogs in there. And I noticed, y'all notice I keep on saying Peach. I don't never say I missed Atlanta. I didn't have an attachment to him like that. And I'm open and honest about that. I don't really care about the judgment that may come after that. It is what it is. But I cried a lot about Peach, and then but I still pushed through because I knew that I had some trips that I was making, and I wanted to make some content and whatnot. So I went to go pick my dogs up at the time that they were scheduled to be picked up, and they were frail, they were skin and bone, they had not been fed, and ironically, the people had came to me to come get some food from me. In between, I ordered food. I was in Thailand, and they were contacting me like, hey, your dogs ran out of food. And I'm like, oh, okay, no problem. It's my dog. They're my dogs. So I sent food. I ordered it, like Uber Eats. It's something else in the Philippines, but I ordered it like Uber Eats and sent it directly to the address. And so when I saw my dogs, it broke my heart. I felt so guilty, felt so bad. And I feel like your spirit, your body tells you when something's wrong, because immediately, first day one that Peach was not with me, I felt really bad. I felt really sick about it, and I was crying a lot, and it's all literally on the vlogs. I felt really emotional the entire time. So I got her back. I got Atlanta back. I fed them. They were aggressive when I got them back about food, like literally abused my dogs. And I had to fight a whole nother battle that y'all don't know about. I had to fight to get that money back because I paid. I didn't pay no $100. I didn't go drop my dogs off and just gave somebody $100 and just said, okay, I'll be back. That cost thousands of dollars. They had American prices. I know that people think like, oh, it's the Philippines. No, they had American prices, okay? So when I came back, my dogs were skin and bone. And then after that, I felt so guilty about putting them in a daycare, which really was not my fault. I thought I was doing the responsible thing, right? You put your dogs in the daycare when you're going out of town. So I did that, and the second time when I had to leave for another trip, I was like, there's no way I'm putting my dogs in another daycare after what happened last time. So I brought my dogs with me. And the very first time that I allowed Peach off of the leash, she came up missing. The very first time. I never had let her out of my sight before. And the first time that I did it, she was gone. Never saw her again. So now that I said that, again, and anybody who watches this video, I know some people don't even follow my journey and don't know what's going on with me. But That's a story I really don't want to repeat again. You know, this is something that I've talked about so many times, and it's still something that I'm dealing with. Um, and I just really would like to, I want to move on. You know, my dogs are not here. It would have taken a lot for me to bring them to Africa. That's where they were supposed to be. They never made it there. Okay, let me see. Finally caught alive. Yes, Liz Duarte. I'm glad that you're here. Diamond D, let's see. Thank y'all. Everybody, please hit the thumbs up for Black Tea. Cash put the 100s. Danielle says, hey, Danielle knew me. Says, hey, Zayba. Hey. My nephews and their mom just moved to Thailand. Hopefully they adjust over there. It's really a beautiful country. Thailand is amazing. I always felt like Thailand was my favorite compared to the Philippines. So in Southeast Asia, it was like my top location. So, typo, they got her. That's sad they went through that. Yeah. Yeah. And that vlog never got released either. I need to put these vlogs out, y'all. Like I'm telling you guys, in the beginning, I was very, very lazy. It was hard for me to actually stay consistent. Hey, go get her. It was hard for me to stay consistent with my vlogs because, especially when I lost Peach, I broke down. And how you knew that I broke down, my hair was all over my face, hairy legs, hairy arms, etc., all that stuff. I just really went through a long-term depression. And then, boom, right behind that, my brother passed away, and it just was a lot. 2025 was a sad year for me. And things are on the up and up now. And I'm really glad. So I'm glad to be back. I'm happy about that. Things are going really good as far as my YouTube stuff is going. But we're going to talk about that because I want to talk to y'all about why I came back. Because my idea was to go from India to China. My little cousin has lived in Thailand a few years now. He loves it. Yeah, it's amazing there. And if you're a smoker, oh, you're really gonna love it. I had a great time there. In my last vlog on this channel, there's a clip where, and I was looking at myself like I couldn't believe it, because if y'all look at that clip, if you watch the vlog, I was smoking a joint, which is normal, right? I was smoking the joint. But if y'all see me, I'm sitting there eating candies, right? Those were not regular candies, okay? Those were edibles, and I was taking them back. I was just like, it did nothing to me. Like, I was just eating, and enjoying. Peach was your first baby. We get it. Yeah. I'm still so hurt by her being missing. Only thing now, obviously, I feel like if she's with a family and they cared for her and I just randomly saw them down the street, there was once upon a time where I was like, I'm gonna snatch her back. I'm getting my baby back. But now I feel like I would rather her be with who she's been with all of this time. You know, just take good care of my baby. And it's funny because the breeder reached out to me because I told him what happened and he was really sorry and all of that. And then he was like, oh, I got some more dogs. I'm like, Apollo, away from me with all of that, Apollo. And it was a cute little one that looked just like Peach. And I was like, except for she was like brown and black, black with the brown spots. Y'all remember how Peach had her little spots? That was my baby. I can't even watch old videos of her right now. Like it's a open womb. The same womb, Flav? The same womb? Yeah, it's the same womb. But yes, thank you. Let me put a heart on that. Let me put a Black Tea, you always be coming through. Te habla for support. Te habla. Oh, who you been, Cash? You just clocked your own tea. Who you been talking to in the Dominican Republic in Spanish, and it's saved in your phone? You got the Spanish keyboard. Who you been, child? Who you been talking to? Huh? Who you been talking to? You just clocked your own tea. But the reason why I'm back, it's really simple. It's not so deep. Now, and for a brief moment, I just want to say this real quick. I had an epiphany, y'all. I really did, because when I first made arrangements to come back, way back, my idea of coming back was to finally shut up all the people that were saying that I was on the run, I did something illegal outside of the United States, or I had these allegations and all these charges and stuff and obviously now that I'm back, of course, no one's talking about that. And I really don't even want it to be a conversation. I talked to a friend of mine, and I remember, and just recently, I remember they told me, they were just like, it's better for you to just move on. Like, act like it never even happened. Forget about it. And that's when I got that clarity that I needed, that I don't need to clear nothing up. I don't need to address anything. I don't need to seek an apology, nor do I need to seek vengeance about anything. My life is wonderful, even with my problems, even with me struggling to rebuild my channel, rebuild my life, my finances, all of those things. I'll take that in a heartbeat over having those real life problems, jail time, illness. And even while I'm healing from the losses that I've had, I'll take my life the way that it is. I'll take my life. I still think life is wonderful. We know how much you love Peach. Yes, exactly, Danielle. Exactly. Peach can't be replaced. She was so bossy. Right. I miss my baby. I meant to put thanks. Cash. I see you did. I bet you did. You gotta show me. I was about to say, you gotta text me and let me know what he looked like. Cause girl, let me tell you, I told y'all I wasn't gonna be talking about these men's on here because y'all love when I talk about these men's. But while I was going through my phone the other day, cause sometimes I be picking through some old video files when I'm doing my vlogs and everything. And I was in my Dominican Republic folder, and well, y'all don't know, but y'all finna get this tea real quick. I'm gonna give y'all some tea. So open up your glass. Get your glass ready. Hold your hand out. Get your glass ready, because I'm about to pour a little tea. I normally take videos of my friends. I normally take videos, special videos and stuff, and I ran across one. Now, this ain't what y'all think. No, it ain't no OF type of stuff. It's not like that in this case. But I ran across a video, and so I used to talk to this person who was a baseball player. You know that's popular out there. It's like everybody can play baseball, just like how in India everybody can play cricket. Clock that T. But that's my type. So if you go in the Dominican Republic and you need a battle buddy, I've been there many times. I can show you the ropes and show you the way and make sure that you are protected. You need to be protected. Clock that T. Dominican Republic is a beautiful country. I will be back, so y'all will see me vlogging there. I will be living there. I'm not going to tell y'all every single place where I plan to go or the reasons. Everything will be revealed in the time it needs to be. But as far as me coming back, let me just say it. Let's look at the poll. But yeah, I like, okay, ooh. Wow, how we get into the topic of what I like? Because I see, speaking of that, I heard someone say, Zay is home. Nah, what y'all was saying. I'm so glad you ignored it because they tagged you. Oh, I had no idea. But yeah, I thought it was preposterous from the beginning. It's just you can't make a lie be true no matter what you do. No matter what you do. So that's all that leave that where it's at. But something about not the Dominican Republic folder. Yes, girl, yes. When my ex broke my heart, check out that video. It's on this channel as well. I believe it's still up. When my ex broke my heart and started playing games, I immediately started moving on. I was crying at the same time, but was still moving on. I was crying in somebody else's arms, okay? Literally. So there was this, oh my God, y'all getting me to talk about these men again. But when I got my heart broken, right before I flew out and flew back to the United States, I met someone. His name was Angel. He was a nurse. And he was very good to me, and I was not good to him at all. And he, because I was on a heartbreak, so I was breaking somebody else's heart. You know what I'm saying? But he was good people. He was so good, so nice to me. Ain't it always like that? Ain't it always like that? The ones that you, I don't know. I don't even know if I walked past him today, if I would give him another chance or what. Like, or he would want me. I don't know. But he wanted me when I was a big boy. He wanted me when I was a big boy, y'all. He wanted me back. I mean, I was still looking good. I don't know why I'm like, what you mean, Zay? Don't come for me. Don't come for old Zay. Shoot, give me the dog walking. Let me see. Cash, I've been catching your replays. I've been entertained. Listen, I was up in the chat. I was up in the chat on one of hers. She definitely be doing her thing. I'm proud of you, Cash. First of all, I'm proud of you because obviously, and you were trying to play with yourself talking about some, do I be sober most of the time? I'm like, Cash be sober a lot of the times. She trying to act like she be drinking that much. She don't be drinking really that much. She drink when she drink, but she don't be drunk 24/7. Hey, Auntie Lawanda. So, oh yeah, let me look at the poll because I was about to get to that. Look at streams by Jamie up in here, just rolling on up in here. Hey, girl. Hey, girl. Hey. Let me see. Okay, so what's the most likely reason I came back? Tired of traveling, 24%. Tired of vlogging, 3%. Now, who clicked on tired of vlogging? Who did that? If you can be bold enough to come to the front of the class. Hold on, we're going to check. It's Nicholas. Nicholas, check. Gwen, check. Beatrice, check. Okay, we need you to come to the front of the class. Okay, come to the front of the class and let us know that you're present. Because who clicked that? Tired of vlogging. Talking about tired of vlogging. Tired of being alone, 50%. Really? Now, something YouTube related. I like that 24% clicked on that. But 50% tired of being alone. Oh. Hello. 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 Hey. Hey. I'm alone right now. I'm all by myself. But we'll leave that there. So the reason that I came back to the United States, y'all, and this is just being honest. My mom asked me to. Thank you, Auntie Lawanda, for the floated heart. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, so the reason why you're, oh, okay, I see it now. I wasn't thinking. Okay, so how do I explain it in a way that I don't want to get too deep? When I was overseas, I started struggling with my YouTube channel, especially when I went to Spain. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I had like kind of a roll going when I was in Kenya. I was getting good views and I was getting new subscribers. My channel was just getting big on its own. And I can proudly say that when it comes to the people over here, I'm not even going to hesitate on what I'm about to get ready to say. I feel like I'm the only person that has been doing the vlogs and doing the actual content. Like, I've moved on far past being a reaction channel. I no longer even find interest in that type of content anymore because there's just so much other things that I can do and that we can do. We all can do. And once I realized that and I started, and it was hard. It was like crack. It was like you have to really wean yourself off of stuff like that and start watching something else. And that's when I found Jamie, Jazz. I watched this other guy. He does van life. So many other people, so many other types of content that I watch. And I love watching people with the big views, people with the small views, you name it. I watch it because it keeps me clean. It keeps me from going too far off into the deep end. I clicked tired of being alone related to missing your family. Yeah. My family missed me more than I missed them. Because I always felt like within reach. Like, we live in a modern age where they watch me every day, and I'm always open if they want to do video calls and stuff like that. So I didn't really see a need to miss them. But when my mom told me that she missed me physically, and I understood that because my brother had passed away, and since my brother passed, it's so crazy because it's like almost like I started looking more like him. But we always looked alike, honestly. But now that I'm back, I really feel like I'm healing a void that's there. My brother, my younger brother, and my older brother, they were like this. They were close because they're into the same things. They both like basketball. They both like girls, and so, like, you know, things like that brought them closer together. And I can see how I'm kind of reminding him, you know, and that's why my brother and I are actually planning. I told him I'm gonna try, and you know I'm gonna vlog, because I told him I'm gonna go out to the basketball court. Y'all ready to see me play a little? We playing basketball. Hey, we about to play. And I think I'm gonna win. And yes, I do. First of all, hold on. I gotta show y'all. Yes, I do. When I shoot the basket, yes, I do like this. Yep, I put my leg up. I do. I put my leg up. Yes, I do, like the girls. Yes, I do. And I don't care who don't like it, who want to judge, who want to laugh. Yes, I do. I do like this, like the girls do. Krishola says, oh my God, hey Zayba, I see you back in the US of the A. You already know it. Hey Kelsey, thank you for my gold coins. Ding! Karina. Now, where's Newton? Where your man at? That's gonna be funny. I can't wait. I really don't shoot like that, y'all, but I will, just for entertainment purposes. I will. So, the reason why. So when I went to Spain, y'all, and I gotta hurry up with this conversation. When I went to Spain, my views got low. Spain was hard, y'all. Spain was hard on me, YouTube-wise, financially. Like, that video, Spain Broke Me, or whatever it's called over on my other channel, it was really that. That was the most honest video I've ever made. And it started a trend after that. I told myself, I'm like, I don't want to tell everybody that I'm losing money. People are going to laugh. I don't want to tell people that my back is against the wall. People are going to laugh. I did not want to share that with y'all. If y'all notice, when I reached out to y'all and I said that I needed the money for the ticket, that video wasn't out yet. It took weeks for me to edit it. It took weeks for me to even consider editing it. And so when that happened, before that happened, because things were on the up and up when I first got there. So I put my first video out in Spain. And next thing you know, well, before I tell that, let me rewind back just a little bit, y'all. I don't want to go too far back, but my first time ever on my other channel, well, dang, I can't say that. Because I don't know if y'all know this, but from the first video I ever uploaded, I went to sleep, I woke up, I already had some thousands of views and a bunch of comments. YouTube for me has always been like that. Like, I was talking to Jamie and I was saying like how I never really experienced having low views. Every time I just uploaded something, I got some views. And I got a lot of hate. Y'all already know that. There were people that were telling me I should not be in Africa. So it's a double-edged sword. It's like, yeah, I got some views, but I also got some backlash. Just like when I went viral, or what's considered really viral, y'all. I guess I call it semi-viral, because I woke up. Whew, that's a whole nother story, y'all. And y'all probably witnessed it. So when that Instagram situation, I was posting on Facebook to my friends and family, Auntie Luanda, Auntie Mary, all of my other family members, people on my Facebook. I was posting when I got my eye surgery. And I was out weren't y'all the ones that told me to keep vlogging? And I did. And I was like, proud of myself, vlogging and everything, and I post on Facebook, not knowing that I had it set up to where everything on Facebook was going to Instagram. So I posted and I move on by my business, you know. Next thing you know, my phone just a lighting up, a ringing and pinging. It just a ringing and pinging. And I'm just like, I look and I'm like, what is this Instagram? This person just commented, They was tearing me up, y'all, in them comments. They was tearing my ass up in them comments, y'all. They were calling me gorilla. They were saying, get out of our country. They were saying, go back to, this was when I was in Turkey, y'all. Go back to your country. That video on Facebook or Instagram had 80,000 views real fast. So, but anyway, like I said, when you post something and it gets a lot of views and a lot of comments, and they're not always necessarily that good. So that's just to say what I was about to say. But my first experience posting a video and getting positive comments and people interested in my journey on a greater scale was, and it's so funny because I went through, in the beginning days of my other channel, I went through several times of quitting, going back on again, quitting, going back on again, and giving up. I gave up so many times, and every time that I would get my strength back, because it would take a couple of days to get my strength back after disappointment and feeling like I had rejection, which it really should be a book on being a YouTuber, because we all go through that. We all go through feeling like, oh, nobody cares about my content, nobody cares about what I'm doing, let me just stop. And we do it. And then we build up our strength again and we try again. So I tried again, and I made the video solo in Mombasa. If you guys have not seen any of those videos, make sure that you subscribe to my other channel. Hey, E. Ballard, you are so right. Y'all got, oh, look at the clock. Thank you, Auntie Lawanda. Let's see. Kelsey says, I'm also a fire sign. Fire signs feel all emotions. Okay, feel emotion, no. Helena says, Zayba, it's Amor Agape. Amor Agape. Where you been at, girl? It's good to see you. And I love your new picture. Oh my God, it's so nice to see this live stream. Look, I'm glad y'all finding me. Y'all finding me. Give me that thumbs up. Give me that thumbs up. Okay, so back to, I gave up, y'all, and I literally started, and I'll never forget, it's when myself and a friend, I'm not going to say their name because I don't want to be messy or mean, but we were having some friction at the time because I purchased a new camera, the camera that I took the thumbnail picture with. Love my camera down. I love my camera, and it was a very expensive investment, and the reason that I made that investment was because when I first started vlogging, I hired a videographer, and he did parts of my video for me, if y'all remember on the very first vlog when I got the laser hair removal. And I told myself, like, I'm going to buy that camera one day for myself, and I'm not going to need to pay you ever again, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I did that. And I stepped back from other people for a little while, not because I was mad at anyone. And I'm talking about Lydia, I'm talking about Derek, I'm talking about Newton. That was my friend, my clique of friends that I had when I was in Kenya. And I still have a lot of respect and care for all of those individuals. But I stepped back from everyone because I financially, I really feel like I was mentally preparing myself for what was about to happen. Because if I did not stop and get my budget in order, when I lost all my money, I wouldn't have never survived. I had already stopped doing certain things. I stopped spending money frivolously, and I started really paying attention. I started cutting off the electricity. I started cutting off I started doing things with my budget in mind. So it was necessary for me to do that. And I started vlogging seriously. So I went to Mombasa, and y'all know that. Did that video, posted that video, and next thing you know, I was getting a lot of, well, first of all, remember I explained to y'all thing about the impressions and whatever? Y'all don't know that YouTube language. It's behind the scenes, only the YouTubers know. But that was my first video in a while, or on that channel. Yeah, on that channel, that was my first video that got overnight. It was like 178,000 impressions. So what that means is they showed my video on the home page 178,000 times. And it's bigger than that now at this point because it's been a long time since then. But that gave me hope, y'all, because I gave up. And then I posted the video and then it got 5K views. This is my mom. My mom be texting me every time, don't she? She like, no, she must be watching me. But it gave me hope and I continued on from there. But it taught me something. So the difference between there is that I was gaining this Kenyan audience. I had people from Kenya that were constantly interested in seeing me go places. And a lot of times, clock this T, because y'all know majority of my core audience are Black American people. And I'm Black American or American in general. That's my core audience. A lot of people in Kenya were watching me because they wanted to laugh. Some people, like, when I decided to go downtown and take the matatu by myself and walk around with my camera, because they always told me, like, hey, somebody's going to steal from you. A lot of people, they see me, gay man, I'm weak, right? I can't protect myself and I'm American. I'm gay and American. I can't think for myself, right? So I started doing things like that and I started proving to myself, because that's who matters the most, yourself. But people were watching and they would be letting me know, like, oh my God, I watched your video. It was so funny. And I'm like, what's so funny about somebody exploring your city? You know what I'm saying? And the reason that I bring that up is because I'm saying that because it was an audience mismatch. So there goes the answer to your question. Audience mismatch is why I'm back in the United States. A big reason why I'm back in the United States. No, it wasn't my idea to leave India and come here. My mom wanted me to be here. But when I did my research and I started weighing out my options, I realized something when I read deep into the analytics and stuff, that the reason that my videos haven't been getting pushed out that much is because when foreign audiences were watching my videos, the watch time was going down. And then the Americans, y'all come in and y'all watch, and y'all are watching my whole video, and then other people are coming in, clicking, and they fast forward or they watch 2 seconds and then they go. So I felt like it was best for me to just do some content in the United States for a while and build up an audience here first. And that's what a lot of people that I look up to, that's what they did. They already had an audience elsewhere. Or even if you do want to go elsewhere, you have to stay there long enough. And that was my problem, is that I kept going here and here. Like, y'all know, y'all watched it. I was going to Turkey. I was going to Egypt, because that's what I desired to do. Now, when I was doing all of that, I wasn't doing it because I wanted to, like, get content. That was part of it, but I wanted to be there. I wanted to be in Egypt. I wanted to touch, because I watched Jasmine Giselle, love her content, and I was inspired. Like, when I would see her in these places, I never once thought about her as a YouTuber. I thought of her as a Black girl going to all of these different places, experiencing life there. So I started going, and I just got caught up in doing that, but I didn't realize that YouTube works a certain type of way. So I'm giving myself enough time. So I am going to be here a longer time. I did tell you all that the next place, you guys voted it, but I kind of was already going to do that. I would have changed if you guys voted for me to go to Miami next. But New York is on the list. So from here, I'm going to be in Atlanta. You know, when I was in Africa, I was taught not to say how long you're staying in a place. You know, you keep stuff, you're coming and you're going private. But I'm going to be in Atlanta for a while. So a while is longer than a month, less than a year. Longer than a month, less than a year. But I'm going to be here, and I'm going to still be pushing out content. I still have been vlogging almost every day like I always do. And it's funny because some of the reactions that I got when I was overseas, I'm still getting them while I'm here. People still stare. People still walk up to me asking me questions. People still walk up to me looking at my outfit saying, oh, okay, that's cute. People still, while I'm filming, like one lady, she turned and started talking to me, and she saw my teeth, and she was just like, I like your teeth. So yeah, it's all the same Zay, different location. Like I said in, what was it, the last vlog on here? The proximity is not the story. The story is me. It's me. Let me see. That's gonna be funny. I can't wait. Teresa, you think I'm kind of scared to lose to my little brother. Like, when I tell you my brother, my older brother, he will crush me in basketball. First of all, he was 6'5". He was a real basketball player. Like, he played basketball all his life. I had the height, but I was just too girly. You know, I just didn't, that wasn't my thing. But now I'm a grown man, so I can think a little bit differently, and I know when it's time to man up. So I think I might get him. I might get him, though. I just might get him. You are so right. I have great discernment energetically, and it's okay to feel how you feel. Very emotional. Every emotion, yeah. Yeah, I feel a lot of emotions, especially when it comes to what I was going through. And but I'm on the up and up. Look how much happier, and y'all are not lying. Y'all ain't missing nothing. When y'all say I seem so much happier, I am, because I finally have a plan and an understanding. Not only just for my personal life, but also YouTube. Since I've been back on US soil, it's been better for my YouTube. Literally. And I could explain it in more detail, but y'all not YouTubers. Y'all just watch YouTube. So it's getting better already, so much faster than I even expected. And I'm happy for that. And even though I'm still glad that first of all, my hard work, my bomb videos, my bomb video, my bomb personality. Okay? Because if I didn't have no personality, I wouldn't even be able to be doing what I'm doing. And I got monetized. Okay? Again. And a lot of times when we're doing this, we don't give ourselves that pat on the back. We need our pat on the back. And even though y'all be loving on me, it does nothing unless I love on myself. And I give myself credit. Y'all know just in February, right before I lost all the money and everything happened in Spain, I said to myself, I looked at those watch hours in the YouTube studio and I said, ain't no way I'm finna make all these hours. Why do I do that? Why do I talk to myself like that? I'm like, by August, I ain't gonna make these hours. Look, I'm sitting here at June and them hours been made since March. Them hours been made since March. Who knew that the next month I would have the hours? Just because I decided not to give up. I gave up part-time. I didn't want to fully give up. I gave up a little bit. I would be so mad, y'all. I would be checking them analytics and looking at them views, and I would be like, you're telling me my video didn't go viral? I would be so mad, y'all, but I gained an understanding about how YouTube works because I read those books. And this Black Tea still in the chat? Black tea is one of the biggest reasons. My mama asked me to. Black Tea said make some content in the United States. And when she said that, I was like, say less. That has been, I can hands down say she is one of my biggest supporters from day one. And I took heed in what she said. First of all, I would love to do it. I just didn't know that people were interested in seeing me do American content. I thought that people, I thought that what was helping me was me being in exotic countries and stuff like that. And like I said, I came to realize wasn't nobody even watching what country I was in. They was just watching me and my life. Had no idea. It went completely over my head. Didn't know. But now that I know that, it makes me more confident that, like, literally, I just made a video, y'all. Do y'all know that I did that on purpose? I made a video in the house. I made a whole video in the house, and it actually performed well. It performed well just in the house. So if that's not further proof that it's a self-esteem building thing. I'm having more esteem in myself and in what I do and what I have to offer, and you guys are witnessing it. And that's why I'm open about it. Now, people used to try to say that, and we'll talk about that another time, the whole, well, why did you get plastic surgery? You have low self-esteem and everything. And now I'm actually saying I'm building up my self-esteem. And that has a lot to do with what my channel is about. That has a lot to do why I traveled in the first place. I started traveling because I felt like I needed some excitement in my life. I needed something for me because I wanted a baby and I wanted a husband so bad. But I failed to realize that there just might be a grander life for me. There just might be something bigger out there for me. Even me losing my income the way that I did, there might be something. YouTube might start, who knows, I might be one of those people that just randomly wake up one day and I'm just views after views after views after views, and now I'm making all this money on YouTube and I don't even need to get the income back that I lost from my VA disability. You know what I'm saying? Everything happens for a reason. And I'm starting to believe that. It's like that faith is growing. And I'm not a super spiritual person or religious person, but I feel it. You know, when things hit into your own personal life, you have no choice but to feel it and have a testimony to speak on. And that's what I'm experiencing right now. I had no faith. I had no hope. I was broken down to my knees. Broken down. When I was in Spain, I was literally working off of $50 when I landed. I didn't ask none of y'all for no money. I didn't ask nobody for no help. I was eating, I didn't even eat noodles. What was I eating? I had a bunch of those minute rice, beans, and I stretched the hell out of some ground chicken. I stretched the hell out of that ground chicken, right? I didn't go to no excursions. I didn't do, everything I did was free. That's how I learned about free events. Everything makes perfect sense because I had been watching these big creators, right? And I just knew they just made stuff look so expensive. Free events. And I'm like, wow, they had the magic sauce all along. They doing stuff, meetup.com. They're doing Walk With Me, or Guru Walk. That's another free one. I'm like, I did not even know that they had all this free stuff. I'm sitting here paying all this money. And paying the money, now I ain't gonna lie. Now, obviously, when you're doing something free, it's gonna be a different value than when you pay. We all know that. Bluest Eyes, speaking of black tea, Fantasia says, sometimes you gotta lose to win again. You know what I used to always say? I used to say, sometimes you stumble and fall, get up again. I used to remix it. I be remixing songs. Y'all know that. Let me see. Getting surgery is a way to boost your self-esteem. Listen, so my surgery journey and what I used to say to myself and think about myself, like, it doesn't even matter. What I think about myself right now, I'm a beautiful person. I'm glad to be here. If the presence that I have is what I value. That's what I value. I tell people all the time, and the same thing that you tell other people, you need to tell yourself. Nobody's gonna remember, well, no, some people might remember what you look like, but people are gonna remember what you did more, what you've done, the life you lived, and the legacy. And it's a big deal. Over on my threads, people be showing love when I talk about how I left the United States and I stayed gone. I stayed gone by myself, no support. And I made it. I made it happen. Now, y'all done seen me cry so much. And that made me so much more happier to finally be here. I would have thought that I would have cried so much when I got here, but I didn't, y'all. I was actually okay. I didn't cry that much. It was like a dream. I really wanted to cry just the other day about my brother, because I still can't believe that he's not here. But, you know, that's part of life. We lose people, and there's just nothing that I can't handle. Everything is meant for me to go through and, you know, process and get through. Let me see. Gerald Sanders says, how can you lose VA anything? Okay, so I'll explain that briefly. So I was on TDIU, which means that you are not able to work. And in the day that you work or you make more than a certain income, they will cut that benefit off. So someone filed illegitimate taxes under my name and had an illegitimate W-2 made, which is currently being investigated right now. And that income, that $176,000 that where it at? Because I'll take it. What you mean? I'll take it. Can I get it? Like, no, I never made that much money, period. But yeah, it's under investigation. And now I'm at the point that I'm learning to live without it. And I almost feel like if I never get it again, I believe that something else, there is a path created for me going forward. I have no choice but to go through it. I could sit here and I can continue to complain, nag, moan about the fact that I'm missing almost $3,000 of my income that I have been used to for 10 years. Or I can adjust and show people. That's why I've been vlogging even more about it and showing people how I'm living my life without that extra money that I had. And when I get further down the road and I look back and I'm like, I'm already proud as I sit here in this moment, but I'm sure that later on down the road, I'm going to look back and be like, yeah, you did your thing, because I thought I wasn't going to make it. Let's see. Hey, I'm a whole vibe. Hey, Bridget. Let's see. Yes, people will remember how you made them feel. Exactly. But how can you lose? Because I'm VA. Oh, yeah, you can lose VA benefits. Even like me, I literally know. And I take it back because I said 10 years, but I was 9 months and I was 9 years and 11 months. And they cut me off on the 11th month. I would have had the VA protection. And so now that's why I'm fighting for it anyway. I'm still fighting for it. And they're doing the investigation and whatnot because simply it's fraud. That's what you're supposed to do. When somebody commits fraud against you, you have to report it and you have to go through. It just is what it is. And I was sad. You know, I went through a lot, y'all, and I gotta hurry up, but I didn't know how insecure I would feel about having less money. I'm like, wait a minute, when did I start becoming that person where how much money I have elevates me and makes me, you know, feel uppity or something? I'm like, hold on, whoa. We need to get that together. So let me see. Does it say on your award letter that you're not eligible to work? Yeah. Well, you can only, like I said, it's an income threshold, and $176,000 in 1 year is definitely over that threshold. So they put me back to 70%. They put me back to 70%, and I've been just living off of 70% ever since. And that's when I got into the world of having roommates, the world of budgeting my groceries, the world of not buying luxury computers. And I really wanted to upgrade this computer. I've had this computer since I started my YouTube channel, and actually it gets the job done. All the edits and everything, she did it. But I did want to upgrade it, and you know, I might do it now that I'm back in the United States. I know I'm going to upgrade my phone because I don't know if I can go live with this GoPro when I go outside, because we tried it once before and we had a lot of discrepancies. So I need to get a new phone, because this phone right here, it doesn't allow me to go live horizontal, because vertical is over with. I don't know if I will ever do vertical again. I like horizontal. I like, y'all notice that we don't have that many trolls up in here. We got some random people coming, because I ain't never seen Gerald Sanders. Gerald Sanders, it's good to see you. Welcome to the chat. I never saw him before, so it's good to see new people. I'm happy for that. And there's a reason for everything, y'all. A reason. And it's so crazy. When I started reading them books, I was like, I've been doing YouTube for a long time, and this is not how that go, and this is not how that happened, this and this and this and this. Then I started seeing that with repetition and with time, you'll start seeing everything that I read in those books happening. So what did I do? I ordered 5 more books. They're in the mail. They're on the way coming to me. I ordered 5 because I finished reading all my books that I got, and I got 5 more books. So, and the proof is in the pudding. Put a 1 in the chat if my videos have gotten better. Put a 1 in the chat if my vlogs have stepped up. Put a 1 in the chat if you've witnessed that my vlogs be vlogging. My vlogs been vlogging. It's because I've been reading, y'all. I didn't know anything about being a YouTuber or a vlogger. I didn't know anything about it. I just had a camera and I started learning how to do this and how to do that by reading. And I was so lazy at first. I was like, I don't want to read. I don't want to read. But I started reading, y'all. So I hope they got better because I've been reading. I was reading and I really worked hard to learn how to do that stuff. But the funny thing is that there are some people out there that they know how to do all of this. They just lack the personality. I don't know how many times I give my camera to people and they be looking at, I'm like, you scared of the camera? She gonna bite you? Like, how you scared of the camera? You cannot be a YouTuber if you scared of a camera. It just don't make no sense. I've come a long way. Like, I don't care about people seeing my thighs, my legs, my feet, my teeth. I did a video when my teeth, before they gave me the veneers and they shaved my teeth down. I have a video where y'all can see my teeth all chipped up, chopped up. I don't know. I feel like YouTube really opens you up. It can open you up to being a more open person and just brutally honest about your life and about who you are. And I'm glad it did that for me. Welcome back to the USA. Yeah, Gerald, but be careful. But if you've been on VA for 10 plus years, 10 to 20, 10 years gets you a certain level of protection, and then 20 years gives you complete total protection. So now my VA disability can never be taken away from me because I'm beyond 10 years. But the story, but oh, hold on, to say connection lost. Are we back? Can y'all let me know if I'm still here? Drop some blue hearts, them sky blue hearts. Drop them sky blue hearts in the chat if I'm still here, cause it kind of went away. I can't speak to them being better or not because I'm fairly new, but I can't say your vlogs be vlogging. Well, you need to see the old ones. The old ones was a little bit of a struggle. They was struggling, but I feel what you're saying. Okay, good. But yeah, Bridget, I know she know because she was there in the beginning days. First of all, I had a camera and refused to use it. I was too scared to. I just was like, because honestly, let me tell y'all a little secret. And this held me back for so long. I made a video with this camera that we're on. And I looked at myself and I saw what I was looking like, and I was like, I'm not using this camera. I'm about to buy a better camera. I'm about to buy this camera, that camera, and everything. And it took me a while to realize there's just sometimes where certain lights, you look different on every camera. You look different in every lighting setting. You look different with every pose, you know. You're gonna look different every time you move around. It's part of camera work, but I just didn't know back then, and I allowed my insecurities. Hey, brown girl. I allowed my insecurities to tell me like, oh, I'm not doing it. I'm just not gonna do it. And then I just stopped caring. I was like, look, I don't care if I'm coming out ugly. I don't care if I look fat. I don't care if I got a stretch mark. I don't care if I got a blemish. I don't care. That's not what's important. What's important is the life that you're living, the life that I'm experiencing. So, yeah, I said a mouthful. I don't know how I found you, Zebe, but your sincerity was so real. Yeah, like, how did I get like that? Well, I've always really been that way because I feel like I come from a family that allows that. Now, we went through some ups and downs. Like, when I came out of the closet, my mom was hard on me about that. My dad was just open. My dad always taught me to be proud of who you are, just be the proudest that you can be. And so, and then watching YouTube, also seeing other people being vulnerable and knowing that they can relate, I was like, let me just be honest about my life. And a lot of the times I was alone, so I had nobody else to talk to but y'all in those 3 years that I was abroad. So I talked to y'all about whatever I was thinking, whatever I was feeling. I couldn't help myself but to be sincere because I'm having a conversation. And when you're talking to somebody, there's a rapport that's being built up. And after a long time of tuning in, and I used to be going live every day. I remember they used to say, I would go live. I would see you live early in the morning, and then late at night, you still live. I'm like, yeah, I know. I used to be going ham live. Like, that's calmed down. Those days are not coming back. And I'm sorry for the people, if you're watching this on the replay, that want me to go back to daily lives. It's just too hard when you're trying to do vlogging and live stream at the same time. That's why I'm going to work on it, because we're going to do some more live vlogs, because that's so much easier. You know how easy it is just to do a vlog live? I don't got to edit nothing. When I'm done, I hang up. That's it. But yeah, I like editing. I like doing the vlog stuff, putting the music in there, sequencing things, color grading. I do all of that myself. And I used to hire people to do that stuff for me, but I sat next to them and I would watch them and what they did. And one big thing that I learned from them is that my editor didn't even know what he was doing really. He used to ask Chat GPT, how do I do this? How do I do that? And then he would plug it in. Take the data, plug it into the app. Take the data, plug it into the app. And I'm like, I can do that. I can read. I can copy and paste. I can do it myself. Then I did. And I think somebody recently just told me, they said, do you do that editing yourself? I'm like, yeah, I do that editing myself. You can't edit? Like, it's so easy. Just ask Chat GPT or whatever you use, whatever AI you use. How do I do this? I edit my own. Oh, and I don't do no filters. I keep it 1,000. But I do edit my videos. I edit the coloring, the color grading. I blur the background myself. I do all that stuff myself. I used to have someone helping me, but I started doing all of that stuff myself because the first guy that I hired, he told me, watch what I'm doing because I want you to do this on your own. And I was like, you don't want me to hire you again? And he said, honestly, every creator reaches a point where they get tired of hiring people because they see it done over and over again and they start doing it themselves. But I was so lazy in the beginning that I just couldn't imagine. I was just like, I just want to film and then turn it into you and then you work on it. But what ended up happening was my editor, he wasn't getting it right. And that's just being brutally honest. He wasn't getting it right. I'm like, this is not the way I would have edited that. But I'm like, but you don't know how to edit. But I know what I want to see as a viewer though. So I made the two match up. So that is the reason why I'm back in the United States, is because I'm trying to rebuild this page over here. And I'm also building my other channel. Who knew that I would actually be building two channels at the same time? So you come off like you are holding back. Being back in the USA, being true to yourself, you will be fine. Black on black love. Thank you, Gerald Sanders. Gerald, you'll get to know me a lot better. Thank you for coming over to my channel. I hope that you subscribed. And we're going to end the poll right here. So we have, let's see. 56% said that I was tired of being alone. 22% says tired of traveling. 21% says something YouTube related, and tired of vlogging was at 1% with 68 votes. Thank you all for voting. I appreciate that. Y'all know we have reached the end of this live. We went actually over a little bit, but I appreciate every single person that was in this live right here. I appreciate y'all. Gerald, like I said, Hopefully I'll see you around on the next live stream. I think I should be live on Monday or somewhere in between. We'll see. But it was good to, and you will see that I don't hold back nothing. Go watch the vlogs. There's a vlog coming out tomorrow on this channel, so make sure that y'all are looking out for that. And thank you for everybody who sent a super sticker, a super chat during this live stream. Thank you for all of my members that came through. The members only stuff is going to be coming real soon. And if you're watching this video on the replay, please do two things for me. Of course, give me that thumbs up, and then also leave me a comment down below to let me know that you watched on the replay, gang. Also, if you want to be generous today and you want to leave a super thanks, all you do, what was I about to say? All you do is go over to the right-hand side and click on the heart that has the $, and you can leave a super thanks, for which I will be super duper thankful. Thank y'all all for tuning in. I will see y'all real soon on the next, I was about to say on the next vlog. See, I'm so used to doing the day with Zay. Got the phone. Y'all already know what I'm about to get ready to tell y'all. Who know what I'm about to say before I say it? What I'm about to get ready to say now I got the phone in my hand. What I'm getting ready to say, y'all. Huh? Now you said you come off like you holding back. No, Gerald. No, Gerald. Ain't holding back. Not holding back. I got the phone, y'all. Let me read the chat one more time, too. Continue to keep your head up. Thank you, Danielle Numi. Blue Velvet says, I think I should leave the States myself. I only been abroad twice. Oh, I didn't even see that you said that. I feel like I'm in Turkey. Oh, look, we're going to talk about that again. See how I be missing stuff? I be missing stuff. I'm going to come back and I'm going to read all the chat. And then the next time we go live, I'm going to address everything that y'all said. I'm going to call y'all back. Look, classy lady.